know, it just felt like a really bad Lifetime story. So no way in hell. No, no, no. It was just a big no, 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 no. Hi everyone, my name is Mackie and welcome to Mackie Really Reads. I hope you guys are safe. I hope everyone is okay. So today I'm going to be talking about the top summer romance books to read according to Buzzfeed. Yeah, I read 9 because at first thought there were like 18 books, so I was like, I'll do half of them, but it wasn't 18, it was 28. My bad. But I am glad that I only read 9 because yeah, you will see as I'm talking about these books as how I was feeling. So yeah, I am super excited. It's hot as hell, so summer's here and I am so excited to read summer romances. You have no idea. Book number 9, I read No Offense by Meg Cabot. So this is the second book in the Little Bridge Island. I did not read the first one, nor am I wanting or intending to read the second one. I mean the first one or the third one. So this book is about a sheriff and a librarian. And let me tell you something, if there's one thing that I hate, it's books about librarians and sheriffs. So it's like they picked the perfect storm. I would literally rather read about anything else. I would have rather read about like a poet, a painter, a florist, anything but a librarian and a sheriff. No offense. It's just not what I want to read about, you know. So this book is about those two people, and at the end of it, the romance for me really sucked. It did not land. I think the author was trying to make like an enemies to lovers type of thing, and it just didn't land for me. I did love this book and I'm happy I did. I read the reviews and it seems like my feelings were validated, and this book is just not a romance book apparently, or not a very good romance book if it is. So yeah, if this is your favorite book, I'm sorry, you know. Yeah, the cover alone just bores me. So this book was kind of like making me feel like I don't want to read, and was kind of traumatizing me a little bit, kind of making me a little angry, so I stopped. And the 8th book I read is Recipe for Persuasion by Sonella Dev. Sonella, I hope I'm saying her name correctly. So this is an inspired romance. It's about Ashner. I don't remember the guy's name. So Ashner is a chef, but she doesn't want to cook, or she has anxiety about cooking. She only can cook her parents, or she can only cook her father's recipes, you know. So yeah, this book was just not romancy at all. It just lacked that department. I didn't even finish it. I didn't have this book at like 20% because there was just so much going on. And like this romance was kind of like telling you that these people like each other instead of just showing you with their words and with their actions. It was just like, she likes him, he likes her, the kiss was nice, this was it was just very annoying and not the type of romance books that I like to read. And I felt like Jay was just, I don't know, it just felt like a really bad Lifetime story. So that was a no for me. There was a part where they were explaining Jay's accolades. He is a professional footballer and was saying like he won the World Cup and the Champions League, and I'm like, do you know how rare that is? Do you know how rare that is? I like watch football, soccer, but and let me tell you, that is very rare. Messi has never done that, Ronaldo has never done that, Neymar hasn't done that, Lewandowski hasn't done that. I mean, the list can go on. So I felt like he was just not a realistic character. I know maybe they were trying to hype him up or something, but it just felt like no way in hell. No, no, no. It was just a big no. And I read the reviews because I always feel bad like not finishing books, but this one I was like, yeah, I was not gonna like this book, but I did like some aspects of the book, like Ashna's family, her parents' relationship or lack thereof, and yeah, that's the only good thing I can say about this book. So yeah. And the seventh book I read is You Had Me At Ola by Alexis Daria. So this is a telenovela type of a book, and I'm like, I am excited to read this book. Finally, you know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully. So I love telenovelas. Like, I love telenovelas. Like, I know I'm black and stuff, but I love telenovelas. I could like watch telenovelas for like a week straight. Like, I could binge watch telenovelas, and I don't know, some people can't, but I can. We're not talking about the hair, okay? Just ignore the hair. Okay. Yeah. So this book is about Jasmine and Ashton. I get chosen to be co-stars in a new up-and-coming telenovela type of Ugly Betty, new Hollywood type of sitcom. So we definitely get to see some scenes, actually a lot of scenes, and I think it actually demotivated me, or just it took away from the story of Jasmine and Ashton. This book could have been an easy 4 stars read because I was really excited to read it, but there was just a missing something, and I feel like it was just the scenes from Carmen and Victor that kind of ruined it, and we needed more scenes of Jasmine and Ashton as themselves instead of like what they are acting as, you know. So yeah, I didn't get to see them in the real world or how they would be, and that kind of just made the relationship kind of boring and unrealistic, you know. But that's me. Maybe I'm just thinking about something else, you know. Maybe I'm not correct. Maybe I'm not seeing what you're saying. So yeah, still a good book, but not my favorite. And the 6th book is The Rakers by Scarlett Peckham. And look at this cover. Are you serious? Look at this cover. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. When I saw this cover, I was like, yes, yes, something good is about to come from this book. Something good is literally about to come from this book, and I'm so excited. And it's a historical romance, and I have not read historical romances for a very long time, and I really like them, so I should definitely start reading historical romances. But this story is about Serafina, and that's literally all you need to know. Serafina is a savage, she's a badass, she's a feminist, and you know what? Girl power, let me tell you. She is a superstar. She is awesome. Serafina's love interest in this story is Adam, and he's just so sweet, and he's just like so fragile, and it's just so sad but so beautiful. So he is a widower, he has 2 kids, and it's just really interesting to see their dynamic and see how they will have this sort of relationship, seeing as Serafina has such a bad reputation, seeing as she's unmarried, you know, she doesn't really follow the law, she doesn't really follow the rules and the traditions of everything. She's unmarried, and she doesn't give a rat's ass what anyone has to say about her, or what anyone thinks. And you know, during these was written in during the early 1800s, late 1700s, where women's equality and women's rights weren't as they are right now, even though right now it's not that good, but back then it was even worse. So it was really kind of frustrating but really beautiful to see how women have come so far. And if you're looking for a book like that, The Rakers, whatever, is the perfect book for you. And the 5th book that I read is The Devil of Downtown by Joanna Shoop. I apologize if I'm saying your name incorrectly. I know I am. Joanna. So this is the 3rd book in the Uptown Girls, and it's also a historical romance. And look at the cover. Are you serious? It's pink. first of all. Second of all, it's pink. And third of all, it's pink. What more do you want in life? I mean, seriously. So this book is about Justine and Jack. So Justine is a do-gooder. That's literally like her nickname in this world. She is just like the olden days Mother Teresa. Like, Mother Teresa was old though, but whatever. In this time, she was like Mother Teresa. You know, she's so good. She just cares about everyone, and she just wants to see everyone doing good. So she usually does fight for women's rights and fight for, you'll just get it. I don't want to tell you, it's not a big thing, but it'll just take away from the story, I think. So Jack is a kingpin. He's just like I think it's a kingpin. During those time, I think that's what they were called, but in these modern times it would be like a corrupt businessman, which is like most businessmen, with a little bit of mafia. Yeah, I really like this romance a lot. It was really fast paced. First of all, I don't like stories where all they do is look at each other in the eyes like, excuse me, sir. No, if I wanted that, I would look at myself in the mirror. No, thank you. um and I just really like the dynamic because Justine just was good, but she could be bad for Jack, and Jack was bad but could be good for her. And you just get to see Jack kind of thrust into this world of doing good for other people, all because he loves Justine and wants to make her happy. And I just thought that was so romantic, that was so sweet. And yeah, I really want to read the first and second book with Justine's sisters, and I was really happy with this romance. Yeah, fourth book is A Girl Gone Viral by Alicia Ray. When I saw this cover, I was like, okay, all right. I don't know what to think. I think it's a chick lit, and I'm not a fan of chick lit, so we'll see how this goes. It's about Katerina. Was it Katerina? Katerina? Not sure how to pronounce her name. So she is just like this smart businesswoman who just has PTSD, and she has anxiety issues, and you know, she does not want to go outside. She's really afraid of going outside, but when the story starts, we see her starting to go outside, but she doesn't really go far. She doesn't really go away. She doesn't feel safe and stuff. You actually see what happened to her. But I feel like the story and the characters were so underdeveloped for me. I was really excited for this read. When I first read the first 3-5 pages, it just felt so different. It felt fun and kind of quirky, and just like you don't really know what's gonna happen, and it was very underwhelming for me, and it was very frustrating because I felt like the author was just like starting little fires, you know, just placing little fires everywhere. Just, I don't know, I don't know what the hell she was thinking. I don't know what the hell she was doing, but whatever, you know. It was just, I feel like this book could be so great, or it could have been so great. It had all the elements to be such a successful read, but it wasn't. So Katerina actually goes viral by some made-up story of her, but there's a picture of her, and since she does not want to be seen around the world, and you know, she just likes her privacy and stuff, it kind of just, you know, she kind of just wants to run away. So she does run away with her bodyguard, who she has a crush on, and that kind of leads to like their romance developing and stuff, because it's like they just like forced to be together, and it's in the country, yay. And it sucked. Yeah, it sucked. I did not want to DNF this book because I felt like DNF in 1 book is okay, DNF in 2 books is okay, but DNF in 3 books, I'm like, woo, okay, maybe not. I'm happy I finished it, but by the time the end came, I was like, oh, thank God. The third book that I read is Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you write a chick lit book. Yes, standing ovation. This is how it's done. Are you serious? So, Danny is a black, queer, curvy, straight shooter, um, black, awesome, beautiful woman who is a professor. She has a kind of crush on the guy that works at her building. He's the bodyguard. So, oh, sorry, not the bodyguard, the security guard. Zeph is the security guard. So something happens in the building, and Zeph kind of has to carry Danny out. And he kind of just carries her out like fireman style, and it's just so sweet. And I just love the dialogues. I loved how they spoke to each other. It was just so fun, and you felt like, oh my God, this is a couple. This is a couple that I can root for. This is a couple that's realistic, and oh, wow, it was just, I caught myself smiling so much. Do you see how I'm smiling just thinking about it? It was just perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, I give this book 5 stars, I think, if I'm not mistaken. The second to last book that I read is The Trouble with Hating You by Sajna Patel. So this is an arranged marriage office romance type. It's Indian type of Muslim inspired romance. That was very like a breath of fresh air. I was kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. This book was actually one of my favorites. I think it will be my favorite for the year. It is a standalone. So this book is about Leah. She is a biochemical engineer, or she does something about biochemicals. I loved Leah so much. She is feisty, she is smart, she is strong, she is sweet when she needs to be, and I feel like I'm Leah. I'm so Leah. She has a bad reputation in their community because they just feel like, she doesn't live with her parents, and she drinks, and she's such a modern Western woman, and she goes around and sleeps with guys and stuff. So she kind of has a bad reputation. I loved all the friendships and the family dynamics in this book. I felt like it didn't take away from the romance, but actually added to it. And the first book is The Happy Eva of the Playlist by Abby Jimenez. This book was so sweet. It was a bit long, but it was so sweet and so worth waiting for. It was just amazing. So slow, just lost her husband like 2 years ago, and she's still mourning his loss. And one day she kind of like hits a dog, like she was driving and she hits a dog, but she doesn't really hit the dog, and the dog kind of jumps into a car, and they just like Sloan kind of has to take care of this dog because the owner Jason is not answering his cell phone, and then we find out that he's actually in Australia. He is a musician, so they kind of strike up this deal that she will keep taking care of the dog for the next 2 weeks because he won't be back in LA, and they kind of strike up this friendship, and then it just kind of slowly starts blooming. Actually, it's not slowly, it's like 1 or 2 days, and then they're like, okay, we like each other, we're gonna start dating, we're gonna meet. And it just went from 0 to 100, and I loved it. It was super super cute, almost too cute and too sweet, and Jason is just like perfect, and he's a rock star, and he treats Sloan so good, and it's amazing. I really enjoyed this book as well. And yeah, I guess Buzzfeed knows what they're doing. I guess it was bad there for a second. I did not want to read, so I'm very excited to read some more romances. I am expecting, well, I want to read more fantasy and mafia books. That's my whole thing for now. but I am so excited, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.